So I'm revisiting my cupboard upstairs. It does sort of go all the way back there, as you can see. This is basically how it should look, but behind me you'll see all the stuff. I've got an empty space up the top there, so I've brought my little steps up to review. Canvases there, basket, and as you can see on the walls I have canvases that I swap out quite regularly. Then I've got storage, and then down here in that sort of canvas bin, it's all stuff to go to family and friends, and this as well. That could be utilised more down there. You can hardly see it's plastic with sort of little dividers. Our granddaughter's little ducks, then glass jars and everything. A friend might be having some of those jars. And then we've got obviously light bulbs, bits and bobs, and then lights frames down there. Those soft toys, extra toys for my granddaughter. This, I used to have a lot of red, but I'd like to spray this. Where it's red, I'm thinking about spraying it black. I shall see. That comes out autumn, Halloween, and different times. So I've got wooden. Yes, I know I've got a lot of decor. That one's got like glass pieces. That's got projects in, things that I want to respray or paint. The back one's got like seasonal decor. Either I bought after the season or it's breakable and doesn't get in. And that one has some oddments plus so like the artificial succulents and things like that. Lights, candles, and then you've got all my toiletries and on the door. This is how it should look, and I know I've got too much stuff, and I keep saying this. This is a reason places get messy or they don't stay organised, because you have too much stuff. This is the reality. I've pulled out stuff that I need to go through, like all that love stuff. I put it in that canvas bin that I swapped out. That basket's near enough empty except for that picture. More sort of organising aids. As you know, when I was doing the socks and everything, and I've got empty ones there. That's why I might store them in that grey box, maybe at the top. And more storage there. I always say this, I try not to buy any more storage, but sometimes you haven't got the right storage. I say a lot of stuff I've used. I know you're not supposed to buy storage unless you've already worked your space out, but I've had this before, and then you've run out of something, especially if it's Poundland or something like that, and can't get the containers again to finish it up. So I probably will do a bit of reviewing. I've done all my baskets before, and no, I don't think I'll alter that bit, but some of the other pieces I will try and pull out. I have near enough filled my laundry basket again, so there'll be another video of things leaving our home. And while I'm doing this, when I have mini breaks, I have got stuff set out on the lounge floor, because I'm doing the last 2 mini books for twin girls for my friend's grandchildren. There were 7 books in all that I'm doing, so that is near enough completed. So in between doing this, yeah, I'm doing a bit of crafting as well. I sometimes do 15-20 minutes on and the same off, depending on how I feel. But some people might not agree with this, but it depends what mood I'm in. Sometimes if I pull all this out and reside myself, by the end of the day, even if it takes me all day, I want to get it sorted. It either goes nicely away or it goes out of the home, if that makes sense. So I'll keep you sort of posted as I get through this process on this. I'm not going to actually video it, me doing it, due to the fact it's very small area and I haven't got much carpet in here. but I have resigned myself. I have got to, you know, use up what I've got. I've got so many projects I want to get done, so I have to take that into consideration before I purchase anything else. So using my label maker, I'm going to make some labels. I'd started this a while back. I've put the love decor here. I don't know, I was hoping the box might go sort of that way, but I'll have to see. So I'll put it there. If I can do it the other way, then I'll put it on the side. So I don't really want to dismantle all the black and white love stuff that I made. So I thought if I store it in all in one basket or bucket or container, whatever you like to call it, and put it on that top shelf, then it's ready for next year. And I've done some more sort of little labels, but what I've resigned myself, because some storage I was going to get rid of like this, but what I'm going to do is any storage that I do not want to use in my home or likely to use, like this, and possibly this one here, I know it's a bit of a cheat, it's going to go in the larger shed because that is a big job, and I need Daniel with me to go through a lot of the stuff because there's tools and everything, plus my small shed that I can do myself. And I can use all these sort of containers to corral like car stuff, I don't know, sprays, anything like that, if that makes sense. And then once we tidy the shed up, if it's not used, then I'll get rid of it. So I've put a couple of months on it because it depends when we've got time to do it, because as I say, we're still sorting things out, paperwork and everything for everything that's been going on. So I'm taking regular trips to the charity shop or the tip. So that's what I'm planning to do. So like that one, I'm going to take these out because I'll probably use those in my home somewhere. But like, I'm going to move that one. This is how I category it if I can when I'm reviewing something. And also this. So those two would definitely go in the shed to use. And I've got a lid here, and I think the box is behind me. Then all these, I'm going to flatten these, put these flat, because these are really handy to keep if I need them in the future, whatever. If not, I tend to ask family and friends, you know, whether they need any containers and that. So those two are going to go in the larger shed. I've got some boxes there, and then this, first of all, I'm going to put on the high shelf using my steps, which I've got ready there. So that is at the point I'm at now. And then I've got, as I said, I'm gradually moving around, but I'll keep the storage that fits in the boxes or anything. I want to try and get it off the floor. But I'll try and pull other bits that are likely not to be used in the shed, but I might be able to pass them on to someone else, or they can go to the charity shop. So I've got the grey box up there that's got the love decor that I made that I want to keep. As you probably know me, I start one job and then pull something else out. At least this is in the same area at the moment. This had all like acrylic storage in that I used to have all in my cubby. Yes, it is an investment, the acrylic side, and they normally say if you're not using it, obviously get rid of it and not take into account what you paid for, because it's taking room up. But I'd rather pass it on to someone that needs it or will use it. But what I've done is, as a sort of reviewing thing, I bought this actually £10.99. It was £23, and I haven't used it as yet, but I hope to, because I want to break up my embellishments that possibly I'm going to be using, rather than leave them all in the drawer or the drawer if I can't find what I want in there, if that makes sense. So I've got my idea on that, but I've put all the acrylic containers, because I used to have all these before I had that pen pot. Sorry about the lighting, it's not brilliant, but I used to have these, and then I covered it sort of with gold paper. I've got another one here to draw. Then I've got this that came with another bit, and I got that for £1. And then I've got a couple of these boxes that had, sorry, the lighting, let it focus, had a couple of Beanie Babies in that I've pulled out, and a couple of other pieces as well. I might end up having to take some of this footage out because it's just not light enough. But so all my acrylic stuff is there because obviously it's been in that box for a while, and so that is something that I try and use. If not, maybe over the next few months decide whether I'm actually getting rid of it and just keep the larger one. I will figure that out. But if I put it there rather than have it sealed in this box, although I knew it was in there, it's a reminder. My aim is to try and do it so that I've got nothing on the floor. Like I said, I've got so much stuff that needs going places to different people, so I don't know if that will be done this coming weekend or the following weekend, but I'll try and get that shifted because that's going to make a big difference. So I'm going to think about it because I can put that box back up there, maybe with something that I'm not using very often. I've rejiggled my storage and I've pulled out a couple more bits. So I've got the plastic in here because I want to keep that for a while. That's the small plastic out of the bigger plastic box. So realistically, unless I get rid of something, no more in those crates. Same as I've got a little room for baskets, but I use those around my home all year round anyway. So that is that. And then I think my next part is to probably flatten these boxes here, and probably I will store them sort of in there, I think, or even at the side there. I'll see when I've flattened them down. So that's my next thing, and I've pulled out 2 more of the pink plastic containers there. Don't think they'll go in the shed, not being pink, but you never know unless they go in mine. And I'm trying to, as I say, think, but try not get in any more mess unless it's to pull stuff out. And then I want to finish sort of emptying my stuff canvas bin, because that normally stays in the dining room. As I said, if I have to bring anything up, or if I'm doing any sorting out upstairs, put stuff in there to go down, if that makes sense. I used to also use these baskets. I've got 2. I've got that one, and I've also got this one that's got the cuddly toys in. So sometimes that wicker one stays up here and the grey one stays in the dining room because it's grey. So that's as far as I got. I need to think what I'm going to do with the sort of darks. I might just put them in a box, and maybe I can put them here or something, so I know that they're with her soft toys, due to the fact that I think when she comes again she won't be staying the night, so she won't need them in the bath. I have got some in the bathroom, but I don't think I've got enough room. I don't think I have to put them on the shelf in the bathroom. We shall see about that one, but for the time being I might just put them in a box, because I don't really want to start another job. If I start that, I'll end up emptying the bathroom cabinet. You know what I say, you do 2 or 3 things to get back to the original thing we were doing. I'm trying not to do it today because I am crafting downstairs in between sorting this job out. So this is at the stage I'm at now. I've kept the white box down, and I've moved pieces that were originally on the floor, like those crates I want to use. I've got that black wire container thing there, and a gold one that's for paperwork. Some pieces that were left over from organising, or I've restructured my organising. 1 or 2 of them actually are out the fridge, but our fridge tends to be quite full, so I can't get all the containers in. Then, as you know, I've got the Love craft pieces that I did this year is in that top box. A couple of picture frames I managed to get on that shelf those white shelvings, that's part of a project I'm waiting to be put up. I've put them there. That is the lights on the twigs from the lounge. I put them back in the box, but the box is not going to go in the loft because a couple of months time it probably come out again. I got my metal container down there, like vase with those extra flowers in, due to the fact they won't fit in my flower box in my cubby. And then on the floor the folders, and in that black thing, like I said, is everything that's got to go. And I've mentioned about the acrylic, managed to got room for my vase so it doesn't get broken. I've got to review this, that I might do towards the end of the day. I'll see how things go. And then I've put those ducks, I've left them in that plastic container, but they've slotted it in okay there. So that is it, and so far the floor is cleared. This is how I want it to remain. What I've got left, the steps go in my cubby downstairs, that's not a problem. I've got an empty basket here. Sometimes that actually sits under the area in the dining room to put in like the mesh bags and everything for the washing machine and everything. I've got a lid there that I'm not sure where the box has gone to, that one. And then the only bit I've got left to sort out is these few bits here. So what is going to be a case of, I go in the canvas bin, pick out one item, put it away. If I can't find a home for it, I really don't want it, it's going to go. So that's the only thing I've got left in there, as you can see. It is stuff that I tend to use, except for that's a new frame that I pulled out that I didn't use. So yeah, and then I've got that white box with the lid and the few bits that are going to go in the shed until I've reorganized both the sheds. So yeah, so that is basically all it is. I might put a question mark on that. I did say to Daniel that when start organising the shed, has stuff tends to go out every weekend to the charity shop or the tip, then I would like a shelf or something that I can put stuff in that's going to the charity shop, or a place for stuff going to the tip, so it's not just sort of put in there, it's hopefully will go on a shelf or something. Also, you at least can have a gangway all the way through the shed, which often doesn't happen. So yeah, so I want to sort of schedule in regular trips to the charity shop and the tip, maybe charity shop if a box is full or something like that. But this is how I want it to obviously finish, so I can actually walk in and not have to trip over everything and things like that. So I've gave myself to the end of the day to sort this out. Whatever is not gone by the time I'm thinking, yeah, I've had enough, finished. Anything that's left in there, if it hasn't found a home, or I've decided I'm going to get rid of it, then it's just going to go. It's just going to be like that, I think. Yeah. So like I said, that is not necessarily need a placement because I know where they go. It's just that canvas box or bag now to be sorted. So I've emptied my stuff canvas bin, which normally I store under the dining room table. And they're all the containers that are going into the shed, and gave myself hopefully maybe a month to get the shed sorted out. It depends on weather and also when Daniel's available to go through certain stuff. Then any sort of containers that are still in there, then I'll just donate them to the charity shop. Got my steps there and my label maker. So the rest of the landing is clear. So I'm going to put these items away. Then I'll show you the cupboard. So the landing is now cleared. And I've put everything away. I've put those plastic boxes that I might use in the shed. As I said, I just gave myself a short term limit on those. The cupboard is done. and I haven't put anything else on the floor, so that's really good. I've been through it all, so I put all those bits away. I got rid of a few pieces as well. The only thing I had a query about was these things here that obviously don't get used. Sometimes you find that the same socket and cable uses for 2 or 3 different items. There might be, I don't know, for tablets or something, I'm not sure. So I've put those in there, and I'll just tell Daniel that they're in there in case we're looking for something. This here and this one was hubby's job, but I'm just going to leave all the cables. The only thing I probably will go through with Daniel is to check that we've got all the spare light bulbs for the different lights. But I'm going to do that another day because my task for today was obviously tidying this up. I am going to put this in my planner as one of those sort of areas to monitor, because it stays for a little while, then something happens or don't feel very well or whatever, and then, or shopping, which I'm trying to limit, gets put in here and gets left. Sometimes anyway, so I want to refrain from that. Again, it's like my dining room table. I'm going to have a checklist, I think. Some things will be daily, other things may be weekly, until I get into a routine, like maybe at the end of the week or something, I will make sure that the floor is still cleared and everything put away, and in between maybe try and pull out that odd piece that's not being used. So that's that. It's actually 2:45, so it's a lot earlier than what I expected. I allowed the whole day for this and to make 2 mini junk books. So I'm now heating my gun up, my glue gun, so I can make some paper clips to go with the last books. So I'll just share with you the mess I've got in the lounge at the moment. So this does look a bit like a bit of chaos, but it's actually all in the categories now to be put away. I've got my 2 mini books there. Laptop, I was checking some bits, watching YouTube. This was sort of my break. I've got a pen of pots from the games room there. That was another little mini job I can do while sitting down. So I'm going to put all this away. I'm just heating my glue gun up here, just here, so that I can finish doing the paper clips for these 2 books, and then I'm going to clear all this up and straighten up and make sure that I do put everything away. And that's the main thing, not to leave stuff around, because I've done some crafting during the day while I was sorting out my upstairs cupboard. I think I probably won't do any crafting later tonight and maybe just sort of relax. So I'm going to leave the video here, but as I said, I'm going to make the paper clips, clear all this up, and that will be it for today. I've done my basics as well in between. So hopefully you've enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.